All right, let's talk about something every trader goes through. You've probably asked yourself this a million times, right? Am I a scalper? A day trader? Maybe a swing trader? It's a question that can lead to so much confusion. So in this explainer, we're going to cut through all that noise and give you a clear framework to find your real identity in the market. Does this sound familiar? You see something in the market you don't quite get, and suddenly you're jumping all over the place. One minute you're trying to scalp, the next you're a day trader, you're flipping between charts, between strategies, and what's the result? You just end up feeling completely lost. It's that classic analysis paralysis. But what if I told you the solution isn't about adding more complexity? The truth is, you're really just one single decision away from finding your focus. It's not about trying to do everything. It's about choosing your path and sticking to it. So let's break down what those paths actually look like. To make that decision, well, you need to know what your options are. So we're going to unpack the 4 core trader identities, or personas, if you will. I promise. By the end of this, you'll have a much clearer idea of which one really fits your personality and, just as importantly, your lifestyle. First up, we've got the scalper. I love this analogy. Think of this trader as the street fighter of the market. They're right there in the trenches, living in the moment, and they're always ready for a quick scrap. A scalper's game is all about one thing: speed. They are not holding positions for hours, and they're definitely not holding overnight. They're on the hunt for a quick burst of volatility, a chance to jump in, snatch a small profit, and get right back out. The whole trade might last just a couple of minutes. Okay, what's really key to understand here is the personality type you need. To be a scalper, you have to have serious mental fortitude. You're living on the 1, 5, and maybe 15-minute charts where literally every second counts. To a scalper, a 1-hour chart might as well be a weekly chart. It's just way too slow. This is all about rapid-fire decision-making under pressure and being totally comfortable with small, frequent wins and losses. You have to handle extreme pressure with incredible emotional control. If that sounds like you, this might be your arena. Okay, let's move to our next archetype and see how this builds out: the day trader. Now, if the scalper is a street fighter, then the day trader, they're the chess master. They're much more strategic, more calculated. You see, day traders aren't just reacting to every little move. They're planning. They manage their trades like a game of chess, patiently waiting for the perfect setup and then executing with discipline. They're still operating within a single day, closing out everything before the market closes, but their whole approach is way more methodical. And this comparison just lays it all out perfectly. On the surface, a scalper and a day trader might look kind of similar, but their mindset, it's worlds apart. A day trader is willing to hold a position longer, from minutes to a few hours, to let their strategy actually play out. They're looking at the 5-minute, 15, 30, and yeah, even the 1-hour chart. For a scalper, that 1-hour chart is just ancient history. Now we're moving up the timeline to meet our third archetype: the swing trader, who I like to call the trend rider. This is where we really start to zoom out and look at the bigger picture. A swing trader's entire game plan is built around holding positions overnight, for a few days, or maybe even a whole week. Their philosophy is simple: as long as the trend is my friend, I'm going to ride it. This takes a lot more patience and a focus on higher time frames, like the 1-hour, the 4-hour, and especially the daily chart. And finally, we have the trader with the longest horizon of all, the position trader. For them, it is all about playing the long game. The position trader is looking at the market from like 30,000 feet up. They only care about the major long-term trends. Their decisions are based on the weekly and even the monthly charts, and they might hold a position for weeks, months, maybe even longer. All that day-to-day noise, it doesn't even faze them. They're focused purely on the fundamental direction of the market. That bird's-eye view is a perfect way to understand how different timeframes tell different parts of the same story. So how does it all work together? Well, think of it like different chapters in a book. The monthly or weekly chart, that's the book summary, the big picture. Then the daily chart breaks that down, showing you the story day by day. Zoom in again to the 4-hour, and you start to filter out some of that daily noise to see the trends more clearly. And finally, the 1-hour chart adds in all the fine details, helping you pinpoint those potential entry points. This quote from our source material just sums it up beautifully. Seeing one big candle on the daily chart gives you one piece of information, right? But seeing the 6 4-hour candles that make up that exact same trading day, whoa, now you've got 6 pieces of information. It's a whole new ballgame because you have a much richer, more detailed story to work with before you make your move. Okay, so we've met the 4 core trader archetypes. Now it's time to bring this back to you. Which one of these just clicks with your personality? Which one fits into your real life? This slide right here puts it all together. This is your cheat sheet for finding your trading identity. Seriously, pause and just look at it for a second. Does that high adrenaline street fighter mindset get you excited, or does the patient long-term view of the position trader feel more like you? Be honest with yourself about the time you can actually commit and the pressure you can really handle. Your answer is right here on this chart. So here's the most crucial point of all. Pick one. Just one. Don't try to be a scalper on Monday and a swing trader on Tuesday. The only real path to consistency is through mastery. Find the style that fits you best, commit to its timeframes, and master that approach. Once you've done that, then you can start to explore other styles. So there you have it. You've seen the 4 distinct paths a trader can take. Each one has its own rhythm, its own mindset, and its own rewards. The only question left is the one you have to answer for yourself. Which path are you going to choose to master?